morning, everyone. And here we begin with our session on playing with numbers. Welcome you all to the class. In the previous videos and sessions, you must have observed that I have given many theoretical points. Right? We discussed many points like what is factor, divisor, multiples, right? And like factor itself is a divisor when we get the divisor 0 division. And we use the words exactly divisible or divide, like 3 divides 6 or 6 is exactly divisible by 3. That means 6 is a multiple of 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 are factors of 6. So you're familiar with this terminology now. After that, we learned about how to I'm sorry, how to do the test of divisibility. I taught you the test of divisibility by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 8, 9, 10, and 11. We learned the statements, and as you know that now for the practice, you need to remember these statements, right? You have to by heart it, or you can say that you should always remember the statements. That these are the properties, and with that we are going to do the sums further, right? After that, we discussed about prime numbers and composite numbers. I have already forwarded you to the worksheet for this class, so you can go through it. I have given all these points what we have covered, and now we are going to use this in application. That is while finding the factors of the sums and doing the factorization of given numbers, and to check whether the number is divisible by some given number or not. So all these concepts what we learned, we are going to apply it here. Before starting that, quickly have a recap of these statements which you have to remember. One is neither prime nor composite. 2 is the only even prime number. 3 is the smallest odd prime number. 4 is the smallest composite number. I hope this is clear for 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is there in your worksheet. Please remember, because this is most commonly asked in the MCQs and the fill in the blanks and one more question, right? So now let us go for the first one, finding the factors and prime factorization and divisibility test. Okay, so these three things we are going to do it. So I'll go in reverse. First, we'll go for the applying test of divisibility. Like you're given with the numbers is 367, and the second number is given as 1132. These two numbers are given to you. Let's check, is it divisible by 2? So how to write it? Now when you talk about like what is the homework, shall we do the sums? So I didn't respond, and I've told you that once I do the sums, then only you'll be doing it, because your return work also matters. Here in the class, you don't write anything, you learn the concept. And when using the worksheet and with this understanding, you learn how to write the concept with perfection. Okay, so you have to check whether these given numbers are divisible by 2 or not. Okay, so 367, if I take the first one, okay, so if I discuss about 367, which type of number it is? Unit space is 7. So either you write here 367 is an odd number, and you know that odd number is not divisible by 2. So you write therefore 367 is not divisible by 2. So first of all, you have to give the reason, like what do you understand by the number, that is even or odd. You have to describe it for 2, and then you will write whether it is divisible or not. So this is called reasoning part. So sometimes it happens like 367 is divisible by 2. True or false? If false, give the reason. So if false, give the reason 367 is divisible by 2. Obviously it is a wrong statement, false statement. Why the reason? Because it's a odd number. Okay, so you have to always give the explanation also for the statement. So this is clear. Then 1132, 1132, which is it's an even number. And therefore, it means you will write yes, 1132 is divisible by 2. So we write this that yes, it is divisible by 2. I hope this is clear to you. Very simple to write it down, and using the test only we would be writing it. So be clear with it. Then the next comes as the test of divisibility with 3. So for 3, suppose if I ask for the same number, and if I tell you that, okay, check it whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So for the first one, 367. Now how to write it for 3? Okay, so we check here. So 3 plus 6 plus 7. How much it is? 3 plus 6, 9. And 9 plus 7, 16. So you know, plus 16 comes in 3 table. Okay, so you know that 3 ones are, and then if you move on, the 3 fives are 15, 3 six are 18, so 16 does not come. That means 16 is not divisible, or you write it down later here. Since 16, you know this sign, ulta jo triangle wala sign hota hai. This is called as since, S-I-N-C. Since ki jagah pe we write the symbol mathematically. So since 16 is not divisible by 3. Therefore, 367 is not divisible by 3. So these are the statements which are must while solving the sums. ऐसे नहीं कि आपने just लिख दिया, okay, it is not divisible, it is divisible. You have to write the proper reasoning also कि आपको कैसे पता चला the test whether the number is divisible or not. So that explanation is also required. Suppose I ask you for 9. You know that what is it? For 9, the same way, 16. So you will write down that since 16 is not divisible by 9, therefore 367 is not divisible by 9. So उसी तरीके से 9 का भी है. And now we move on to the next test, that is test for other numbers. Quickly have a glance. So for any number, if you are asked whether you could follow the same steps, like for 5, if they ask you that is 367 is divisible by 5, so you write down the units 7, hence the number is not divisible by 5. Same way for 10, since the units is 7, the number 367 is not divisible by 10. Simple. Okay. If they ask you for 4, you will say that 67 is divisible by 4, so the number is not divisible by 4. Like that way, we can give the explanation. If suppose if I ask you 1132, okay, for 1132, last 2 digits is, so you write down the number 32. Yes, 32 is divisible by 4, isn't it? This number is divisible by 4, and yes, therefore 1132 is also divisible by 4. So with the explanation, you are going to write it down. Now I take the test of divisibility for 11. As we have discussed the properties in the video, you could see for the test of divisibility of 11, what do we require? We require the even places and odd places ka sum. So what does that mean? Suppose I take the example of with say 987. Okay, so 9 and 7, so odd places ka sum we get it as 16, and even places is only 1 place 8. Now 16 minus 8, what do you get it as? 8. Does 8 comes in 11's table? No. So you will say that it is not divisible by 11. But instead of this, if I have here, say 5, so what do you get here? 5. So what do you get this difference as? 11, and hence you said yes, 957 is divisible by, okay, 16 minus 5, 11. So we say that yes, it is divisible by 11. Okay, so now please the worksheet is clear. So kindly complete it, and with the same you can go ahead with 3.1, 3.2 because very simple questions are there. But make the habit that you write the answer in a statement form. Okay, and now we move on to the factor and factorization. Now, when we talk about the factors and factorization, two different things are there. So kindly pay attention and don't get confused with the two concepts. When I say factorize, say example is 32. I have to keep my hands today. Factorize 32. Factorize 32. Okay, so that means you have to find the factors. Okay, now when I discuss factors of 32, so what did I question? Find the factors of 32 or factorize 32. Two different statement, and what is it? Let's see. When I say find all the factors of 32. Okay, write all the factors of 32. List all the factors of 32. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? You have to search for the tables in which table 32 comes. Okay, and before starting, the first and foremost, yes, it is always 1 and 32 itself. Okay, and then it is even number, so naturally 2 is there. So 2 16s are 32. 3 plus 2 is 5, so that doesn't work. So we go with 4. So 4 8s are 32. 4, 5, not at all, because it's in 0 and 5 are not in the units place. So it is not. Okay. Then we move on to 5, 6. You know that in 6 table 32 does not come. So directly it will move on to 8. And you know that 8 4s are 32. And with this listing we get that 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32 are factors. Okay. And now we talk about factorization. The most important concept which we are going to learn further here is factorization of 32. And here it comes with your prime factorization. You remember that we discussed in the video about prime factors, right? So that is where your test of divisibility is going to help you out. So that means when we talk about prime factorization, you have to start with first always with 2, then with 3, then with 5, right? And then the next factor, prime factor, comes as 7, then 11, 13, 17, 19, so on. I told you to make a list of the prime numbers, right? So these prime numbers will help you to factorize, find the factorization of given numbers. So always first you start with 2, which test we have given accordingly. For 4 and 6, 4, 6 and 8 and 9, though we have learned the test, we are not going to use that for prime factorization. But yes, definitely it will help you to factorize further. So now there are two ways to find the prime factorization of number. One is with a factor tree and the other with the vertical method, which directly will go with systematic. It's like 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. So I'll teach you both the methods here. You need to pay attention and you can follow any one method because this is just a way of learning it. And that's why I'm describing as two methods. Officially, there is no, two methods as such. It's just way of writing. We want final answer to be the correct one. But you need to show off the factorization because it carries the marks for the steps. So whichever way you are comfortable with, you can go ahead with it. Vertical method is more useful when the bigger numbers comes into the picture, when you are not familiar with the table. Like suppose if I tell you, say 1228. So now here it may not strike you that in which table it comes, isn't it? So there we have to use a vertical method. Otherwise, with smaller numbers where somewhere you are comfortable to split them into factors, you can go ahead with the factor tree method. Okay, so anyways, you can try. So let's see how to do it. If I take 32 itself, so if I see now these are all the factors. Please, is do cheezon you have to be very clear. So here I'm dealing with something wrong. I'll just take a second. Sorry to bother you. So now when we talk about 32, okay, I'm talking first about the factor method. So I'm comfortable with the tables here. So we know that which table 32 will appear. So that's why we listed so many. So it comes, try with little bigger numbers. Okay, so you can say that yes, 4 8s are 32. Okay, this is called splitting method. Like you are splitting into two numbers, right? 4 8s are. Now, is 4 a prime number? So you will say definitely not. Okay, so how will I write 4 as? 4 comes in which table? So you know that it comes in 2 into 2. Right? What about 8? 8 comes in 4 twos are. And now again, are they all prime numbers? It's not. Right? So you will say no, ma'am. So we write all primes as it is, and 4 can be split as one more time 2 twos are. So we get 32 as 2 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. You can check 2 twos are 4, 4 twos are 8, 8 twos are 16, 16 twos are 32. Okay, let's go with another example and see vertical method, how it works. Okay, so let's take an example, different example for it. Say it is 48. Okay, now I'm following the vertical method. Like I'm not so comfortable with the tables, but we have to do it with the vertical method. So I told you that when we do this method, it may happen that you missed this. It may happen that you miss the things, but kindly pay attention that whenever such things comes, you have to start, obviously by default you start with 2. Okay, and it may happen that you missed it out, but that's okay. The answer would be correct, but the factors will always be same. As we discussed, the factors could not be different. Like I am doing it and I find some factors, and like here, for example, 32, I got it as 2 multiplied by 2 5 times. If you find it out, even you will get the same. You cannot say I've got different factors. Okay, that is not possible here. So kindly pay attention that the factors will always be remain same. In any case, the factors remains the same. And now let's see how to do it. Look at this number 48. How does this work? Okay, so starting with 2. Okay, when I divide with 2, what do I get this? 48. So you divide it into two parts. Like you're dividing by 2 simply. And if I divide it orally, how to do it? ठीक है, हर बार आप करोगे इस तरीके से 248. Okay, so it's difficult. So how to do it? You can do it easily with, see, what is the half of 4? What is the half of 8? It is 4, right? So that way you can say yes, 24 twos are 48. Now next number, is 24 even number? Okay, is 24 even number? Yes. If it is even number, you go ahead with the same number 2. So again, let's go with 2. So you know that 2 12s are 24. Okay, so that in division, exactly if you are not comfortable with the tables, you have to see that the quotient part, एक तो आपको रिमाइंडर हमेशा 0 आना चाहिए. जब आप ये कर रहे हो तो याद रखिए कि जो नंबर आप यहाँ लिख रहे हो वो डिवाइजर है, एंड डिवाइजर का मतलब ही होता है दैट आपका रिमाइंडर 0 आएगा. Okay, please remember this. Kindly remember this is one of the most important concept कि आपका रिमाइंडर हमेशा 0 आना चाहिए. So quotient part you are writing. Okay, so again you know 12, it's even number. So 2 6 are 12. 6 again even number, we know 2 3s are 6. And now for 3, we know that 3 1s are 3. So what we got factorization for 48. So we know that it is 2 multiplied by 2. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Okay. And if suppose I know these numbers, I'm very confident about my tables. So how can I do these numbers? 48. I know 48 is what? 6 8. See, if you know this, if you're comfortable with tables, it is very shorter for you. And directly you get it. See, in 2 steps I got the answer. So you know 6. 6 is what? 2 3. Okay. 8 is what? You know 8 is 4 twos and 4 is what? 2 into 2. So 8 is what basically? 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. And as you practice, you will remember. So what I got ultimately? 4 times 2 and 1 times 3. Yes, I got the same. Yes, I got the same. And you know that if I write like this or like this, it's one and the same thing, isn't it? I hope you're getting it. When I change the order, doesn't make any difference. The answer or the product remains same. So this is called prime factorization of a number. Okay, it could be asked in different way like this also. I'll just frame a question here. Say this is 96. This is called exactly factor tree. Okay, please remember this is for factor tree. So suppose this is 4. Okay, this is blank. Again, this is blank. Okay. So let's see how to do it. Fine. It's kind of factor tree. How to do this? So now 96 divided by 4. So how do you get this 96 divided by 4? So either you go with the tables or with the division, actual division. So if I go with division, okay, 4, how many? The 4 twos are 8. What are you left with? 1, 6, 1, 6, 16. 16, so it comes in which table? In 4s are, so 4 4s are 16. And we know that 24 4s are 96. Okay, and then further you get this blanks here. तो आपको ये blank fill करना है, ठीक है? ये circles आपको fill करना है. So now you know what is 4. Okay, we know that it is 2 2s. Fine. Then यहाँ पे 24 है और एक factor उसका 4 है. So 4 how many is are? Will give you 24. So 4 6 are 24. So we write here 6. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. Now 4 further. What do you write 4 as? 2 2s are 6. How do you write further as? 2 3s are. So this is the way it comes as factor tree, where you have to fill the remaining factors. I hope you get this. I have given more practice questions like this in your worksheet. So if you have any doubts further, you can ask me the doubts for this. But I hope this is clear to you right now. Yes? Now, one question I will be taking here. One, I'll tell you that, okay, factorize 57. Okay, so 57 is a given number. We have to factorize this further. Okay, so how to do it? So first of all, check, is it even number? So we have to start with 2. I told you. If you're good with tables, you will have it at a glance that what will be the factors. But if not, you will start with 2. Okay, since it's odd number, it is not divisible by 2. Fine, leave it. Okay, 5 plus 7, 12. Yes. So is 12 divisible by 3? So yes, you all know that yes, it is divisible by 3. And when the number is divisible by 3, so if I divided 3, what will come here? So 3, when it is divided, so 3, either you do the exact division, 3 ones are 3, 27, 3 nines are 27. You got 0 0? Yes. So what we should write here? 19. And now 19 coming to which table? Like we find the factors of 19. So you go ahead, you check the table, and when you check the table, you realize that 19 does not come in any of the table. That means 19 itself is a prime number. And so we write this as this way. So factors of 57 is 3 multiplied by 19. So you have to be very careful with these numbers. Okay. Generally, it happens that you miss some of the numbers in factorization. So you have to be perfect. The next question which I take it as, okay, similar one, but see how the question I'm taking it. If suppose you go with this number 169, factorize. Factors of 169. So when you just think on this, which I told you the pattern, you will start with 2 sum. Odd number, no, 2 is not a factor, 3. So 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 6, 16. It doesn't come in 3's table also, discard it. Okay. Does it come in 5's table? Not possible because units place is 9. Okay. Then we go on to the 5 ke baad we go with the 7. So 7 2s are 14. Let's do the division and check it. 7 2s are 14. 29. Does 29 comes in 7 tables? So no. This number is also not divisible by 7. Okay. Then after 7 what? Okay. So after 7 directly where 8, 9, 10 all the numbers, we go for 11. Let's check it for 11. You remember the test? 9 plus 1, 10. 10 minus 6, 4. Does 4 in 11 come in 11's table? No. Okay, so let's go on to the next prime number 13 and let's divide it and check it. Okay, so 13 ones are 13. So we get 3, 39, and yes, 13 threes are 39. We got it 0. And hence we can write this as 169 as 13. 13 are, 13 is a prime number. So this. Now, you saw this kind of example when it goes with bigger prime numbers as factor. You need to have patience, right? You need to have patience and you have to go on working. Okay? I hope this is clear to all of you. So you have to be very patient with such kind of numbers where the factors are quite bigger prime numbers. So you have to move on with the numbers, right? With the prime numbers and you have to do it. I hope these sounds are clear to you. And just one query which is put by somebody. Ujjwal, I know that there is some problem your side. From my side, it's quite clear. And wherever I'm writing, that part is visible for you. So I think it's enough to understand. Fine. So this is clear with the sums. And now you have to complete your exercise 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. I don't want you to finish in a day. Okay. I don't want you that, okay, today only you will start and by Monday I'm asking you. Okay. So you have enough time with you. There is no one that you're not coming to school that you have to just bring me on Monday. You have enough time with you. Take 3 to 4 days and you have to try to complete it. Okay, one more thing. I don't know how you are used to writing. When it comes with a fair book concept, I'll guide you further in the Google class, but no need to hurry it up and don't send any homework in mobile in WhatsApp. It's not possible for me to check it, so I don't even look at it. What are you sending? Fine. So I hope this is clear to you. And one last question which I want to discuss further. I hope you have understood this well and please go through this quickly. Those who are joining late, I request you that you go through the video, okay, in please put the attendance. Don't watch just last 10 minutes, 15 minutes ka video because that won't be useful to you. So if you will see your question exercise number 3.3 have all the divisibility tests. Like the first question says that it is divisible by 2. So you all understood how to write it down. I told you even number, odd number, and then hence it is divisible. Or nahi ho raha hai to aap kahoge it is not divisible. Question number 2, and then there was one table given which you have to fill it up. Then question number 2 says by 4 and 8. So you have to check it by 2 digit and last 3 digit, and you have to do it. I would send you one sum of each type, how to write it down, and you will be solving it further. So have patience. Those I've already done. Question number 3 says with divisibility test by 6. So same way I will give you the hint, and same way with 11. And now there is a question which I wanted to discuss with you. That what does it say? Now here this number is divisible by 3. Okay. Something like this is given to you. It is given dash means it is a 5-digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's a 5-digit number. Okay. You have to fill what should be the digit over here so that this number is divisible by 3. Now, you know the test of divisibility of 3, right? What is it? Test of divisibility, sum of the digit. So let's add sum of the digit. So we don't know what is it here. Something plus 6 plus 7 plus 2 plus 4. So when we add this, what do you get? 4 plus 2, 6, 6 and 6, 12, 12 plus 7, 19. You want to add it further? 6 plus 7, 13, 13 plus 2, 15, 15 plus 4, 19. Now you know that 19 plus something is there, isn't it? Okay, now you know that 19 does not fit because 19 does not comes in 3 stable. Okay, I haven't told you to give any answers to me. And I would just want to talk to this Ujjwal Kumar, whoever is there. Kindly call me up after the class. So now this 19. So this number should be such that we have to put the digits. Remember the digits? We have the 10 digit are fast 0 to 9. It could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we go on putting it. We will be checking it that how you get the multiple of 3. Remember multiple of 3 मतलब 3 के table में आने वाला number. So if I put 0, 19 plus 0, यहाँ पे 0 होगा. So naturally it is not possible because they have given blank. And you know that 0 does not have any value. So we discard it. 1. If I put 1 here, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? 20. But again 20 does not come in 3's table. But we want the number to be divisible. Okay, so for 20 भी नहीं चलता. If I put 2 here, then I get 19 plus 2, 21. Okay, now 21 comes in 3's table, right? So yes, we say that, yes, here the answer is 2. Okay, now here if you check for your question, it says write the smallest digit. ठीक है, write the smallest digit. यदि यहाँ पे ये word smallest नहीं दिया होता, see, I'm explaining you all the different ways we can try to. We took the first number as 2 and yes, we got it. Now let's see, is there any other number which will fit this condition? Okay, so if I start with 3, उसके बाद क्या आएगा? 3. So if I put 3, 19 plus 3, let's check. 22, which is not coming in 3's table. 19 plus 4, 23, does not fit as it doesn't come in 3's table. 19 plus 5, 24, you know that it comes in 3's table. 19 plus 6, again, how much it is? 25, yes, doesn't come in 3's table. 19 plus 7, 26, doesn't come in 3's table. But again, 19 plus 8 gives you 27, so it again fits it. Okay, and 19 plus 9 will be 28, so it doesn't fit it. So if you would see, you have 1, 2, and 3. So when you have to place it here, say it is 2, 6, 7, 2, 4. This is also divisible by 3. Then if I write 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, it is also divisible by 3. And 8, 6, 7, 2, 4, it is also divisible by 3. But yes, we choose the answer 2 only. Why? Because यहाँ पे question में already बताया हुआ है आपको that you have to go for the smallest. तो आपने smallest में हमारे पास कौन सा option है? 2, 5 and 8. तो आपके पास smallest option कौन सा है? 2 तो आप select करोगे. But yes, with your this aptitude test, आपके CCT test में तो इस टाइप के question होता है. Which are the digits? तो which are the digits आएंगे तो आपके पास 3 digit है which satisfy this condition as a multiple of 3. So I hope this is clear to you. So while wind up the lesson here, you can clear your doubts in the WhatsApp. Start complete work because there are many things which I have given it in the worksheet. Follow the worksheet, learn the concept, and for tomorrow I'm sending you the test. So kindly attend the test, and before that you need to learn the worksheet. So I'm sending you the attendance. Please watch the complete video and then put the attendance. Thank you.